Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Today's Restaurant Networking Group. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant, and we are here as a group of vendors in the industry who are here to help each other grow our business and to help any owner of a restaurant who has an issue or a problem. We're here to help. We've got hundreds of years of experience, and if we don't know how to fix it, we know somebody who can. So if you'd like to come to a meeting, give us a call at 561 620 8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. And if you'd like to take a look and see some of our past meetings and some of the videos from the Florida restaurant show from last week, you can look at the Facebook, the YouTube page, which is on our website, again, at trnusa.com. I want to welcome two new faces on the board. We have Bryce, Daub, and we have Andrew, Marsh. And I'm going to ask them both to tell us what they do. And we'll start with Bryce only because you got here first.
Sounds good. Hi guys, my name is Bryce. I am the CFO. I'm the director of accounting here at it's VineVida. We're an essential oils company. We do all things fragrances. We ship mainly through our website and Amazon, so Shopify-based website and Amazon. And we have a private labeling side that we've been really trying to work with, more B2B, trying to come up with more of unique fragrances for specific businesses, for specific restaurants that have a specific theme or a specific kind of scent that they want to help raise their experience within their establishment. That's where we kind of come in. We have chemists on site, we have production teams, production lines that we can kind of private label, their own bottles and go from there. But we work with, large corporations on that side, but we also do the mom and pop one bottle of fragrances to a spa that needs it just because, they do a nail spa or something like that. So that's just kind of a little bit about us. We are a medium-sized business, kind of willing to work with large and small businesses. We're a little bit unique on that sense. We're always willing to make a deal, kind of work with our vendors, earn their trust, earn their business. And yeah, that's kind of just a little bit about us. And if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Okay, well, welcome. You, there's a lot of different applications to what Bryce does, and we can get into that one. So let's go to Andrew. Welcome aboard.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me. My name is Andrew Marsh. I'm with Automatic Data Processing, or also known as ADP. My role here has me working as a franchise director, but in my title, it says and affiliate. So I'd love to welcome today's restaurant news and the entire group into our franchise division of ADP. No one's going to kick you out if you're not a franchise, but we have dedicated service and support for all of our franchise clients that are not available to retail clients. We have special pricing. If you have seen ADP before through our retail, you have never seen ADP like this. My number comes with every account. It's my cell phone number, okay? 512-560-3681. You call me direct. I act as a true liaison between you and this very large company. I want to put a few things out there. ADP through retail is very expensive for most. We've remedied that through franchise, through lifetime discounts and free months, okay? ADP retail doesn't offer dedicated reps to their clients. I'm your dedicated guy. I'll stay with you for the life of the account. We're riding in the same boat. Your problems are my problems. So no one wants those. And lastly, ADP has been known to be lackluster in the support area in some markets for our retail space. Franchise, we have our own dedicated service teams, own tax teams, own payroll teams. We have minimal automations, and our lines go directly to live technicians, most of which who work in Pennsylvania. So right here in America, sorry, it's not Florida, but the good news is we have friendly, local, helpful support, easy to get to, and I can act as the manager over all these components to ensure you get the best possible experience with ADP. and we're not hitting your bank account too hard to accomplish that. So andrew.marsh@adp.com or 512-560-3681 is my cell.
That was great.
I have a question for you. ADP is predominantly payroll or only payroll?
So ADP, we will go from hire to retire and everywhere in between. Okay. So we're helping you look for employees. I'm helping you find work opportunity tax credit on your summer intern employees. You being restaurants, every single one of you should be doing work opportunity tax credit. There's a freebie. Okay. I have other tax credits and other packages that are advantageous to your industry. Simply knowing me unlocks the door to those credits. Just come talk to me. We'll talk about your business and what you got going on. In my network of partners, if you need drug testing, I have Fastest Lab partnerships. If you need an electrician, I have Mr. Electrician partnerships. If you need cookies, I partner with Crumble Cookies. What do you need is the point. Come talk to me. Insurance, payroll, tax, onboarding, applicant tracking, legal assistance, workers' comp, health insurance, 401k, EPLI, PEO. Everyone in Florida should know what a PEO is. And if you don't call me, we'll talk.
So so would you classify it as a PEO?
Oh, we are a full PEO.
Okay.
Absolutely. Florida is one of our best states, given our large group health market and our ability to do great. Workers' comp in Florida is a fixed rate, right? We can do dividends. So even though it's a fixed rate, we can kick you money back. So call it a discount. It's not really a discount because you're still going to pay the same rate, but we have very special advantages due to our size, and we do have the largest PEO in the country. So our pools are bigger. So you can imagine very little ability for you as an individual business owner to be disruptive to your renewal rates. You would have to really have a series of very unfortunate events happen in your business to cause you to have a spike in renewal or to be dropped off the workers' comp or stuff like that. It's a very stable, secure place to be, is what I would say about ADP.
I guess the question that I have is, do you work, if you were to become a member here, would you be in conflict with a CPA or a bookkeeper?
No, and actually CPAs and bookkeepers have Accountant Connect portal, which is free for you to access any of your ADP accounts that you already have. You can organize them in one clean sheet, click into each one, which are siloed off. They each have their own reporting, and then each one would be permission based. So if you have certain access at one company versus another, you can stay in line with your values and relationships that you've established with those companies. So I help CPAs also. When you're looking to sell your book of business, I'll pay you dollar for dollar for it. When you're looking to just have a referral partner because you don't really do payroll, I'll pay you residuals there. So I have a lot of exciting things for everyone. And even a company like QuickBooks, they actively prospect against us. They consider us a competitor. We consider them a partner because we integrate with them for free.
Huh.
So, you know, I'm happy to talk with anybody. And I think at the end of the day, the numbers do the talking. So I feel like I stand on pretty good ground here. Shots fired, you know, bring me your numbers. I'll beat them.
All right. I just wanted to make sure because we had some inquiries from people at the show. One was a bookkeeping service, one was CPA. They're coming. By the way, the next meeting will be December the 5th. And while we're at it, thanks for the clarification.
Mhm.
I want to get Bryce to give us your contact information. Did you do that? Tell us how we can reach you.
You were speaking to me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Bryce.
Yeah, I can definitely share it. Yeah, you want me to share it in the chat or where's
No,
best?
just tell us verbally.
So yeah, my contact info, it's Bryce@twocents.com. That's my email. My cell phone number is 954-257-6712. You guys can feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay, just a question. As I said, the next meeting will be December the 5th. unless you guys want to come up after Thanksgiving. I don't think so.
No.
But getting close to Christmas time, we are going to be leaving on December 19th. We're going to be in transit. What do you feel about having the meeting on Thursday, the 18th for that week? Would that be an issue?
Great idea.
I don't see a problem.
All right. Anybody have an issue with that? On December 18th, rather than the 19th?
Are you going to serve breakfast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to have cutie pies.
Right.
Chris, did you have any
And
questions?
we can make the meeting at 11 if you want, just to test it out.
The 18th is great.
I was actually thinking about making it a combined meeting, like a holiday meeting. So maybe that was something I might do. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. We'd have 30 people. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into our intros and all right, Black Bart.
Black Bart.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, Black Bart. Okay, that's a good one. Well, my name is Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales in Orange Park, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been in Texas for a week. And then last week we were at the Florida Restaurant Show. So it's been hectic. That's all I'm going to say. The restaurant show actually turned out to be pretty good. I don't know what you saw over there, Howard, but I think it turned out to be good. So anyway, we're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we have display cases for ice cream, gelato, cakes, pastry. We have batch freezers for making gelato or American ice cream from Carpigiani and BGI Industries. We have soft serve machines from Carpigiani. We have drink machines from V-Air. Anyway, and we are, just lost it. You can reach me at 904-334-4489 and have a good day.
You forgot Iffy.
Iffy. Okay, I forgot Iffy. What else is new? I'm itchy. Iffy.
All right. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, Restaurant All-Stars, providing human capital, otherwise known as primarily professional assignments such as chefs, sous chefs, executive sous chefs, restaurant general managers, restaurant executives. For this week, we have a really red-hot assignment just called in, which this time of year in the recruiting business is historically kind of a quiet time as we get into Thanksgiving and then the holidays, and nobody can interview. And if they can't interview, they can't hire, or they put off hiring till after the first of the year, unless it's a situation where a company looks and says, you know what, we need somebody right now so we can start off 2026 with a full roster of all-star talent. So that's why they call Restaurant All-Stars. And we have a wonderful opportunity in Panama City Beach, Florida, for a sous chef, an upscale seafood restaurant doing about $8 million. And it's a client we've worked with before. They hired the executive chef from us back in the spring. They love him. He loves them. And we love everybody. So we are really excited about that new assignment. Just got called in yesterday. And we've got a couple other sous chef assignments over in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and a restaurant general management opportunity in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We work out of Vidalia, Georgia, but primarily throughout the Southeast United States. And we define the Southeast United States like the Southeastern Conference, which would be from Texas over to the East Coast. And we are also, we don't like to talk about our own achievements too much, but somebody asked me, what did you do prior to the recruiting business? And the recruiting business I got in back in the 80s. But when I was a sophomore in high school, I did earn a varsity letter in sarcasm. And not everybody can say that. So Chris Kaufman, Restaurant All-Stars, conveniently reached at 404 All-Star, 404-255-7827. Just ask for Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jessica Kirby. I'm a local account executive for Spectrum Business. Spectrum is one of three, about to be two, cable and internet providers in the nation. It's basically Spectrum, Comcast Xfinity, and Cox Cable, and we will actually be acquiring Cox by next year, so then that will leave us in Comcast. So we are the largest cable provider. We do broadband internet, cell phone service, as well as phone service, and phone can be voice over IP phone service or regular analog phone lines. So I provide that service to local businesses and restaurants. Sports bars still want TV service, so I do provide television service, lots of good sports packages. And I've been with the company for 18 years. So if you know a local business that is in a Spectrum footprint, I am here in Central Florida, although I can sell nationwide. So anybody that's looking to open a business needs internet. Some of them want TV and they all need a phone. So if you know anybody, please send them my way. Jessica Kirby with Spectrum Business, and my phone number is 813-326-2246.
Thank you. Nice to meet you at the show.
You too.
Yes.
Let's go to Kurt. Power forward.
Yesterday, that one's not accounted for yet.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Kurt Hayden with Spot On. I help restaurants run smoother, make more money with modern technology, point of sale, online ordering, AI-driven marketing, loyalty, labor tools, plus a lot more. If you're looking to grow or simplify your operations, I can help. My cell phone is 727-667-3825. My email is kurt.hayden, Hayden, @spoton.com. It was really nice meeting everybody at the show. I didn't know everybody did not know that I was tall, but now everybody knows.
It's really a shock when you see somebody every week in the little box, and then you see them at the show, and you have to look up to them or down, either way. It's just shocks you.
Way up.
But it was nice. But it was nice to meet everybody in person. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian with Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company. So I primarily work in the hospitality, so restaurants, bars, breweries. I've been doing a lot with convenience stores. Again, we are a commercial equipment financing company, but I do work with other industries too. So we are kind of we will finance all the different industries from small to large projects. We will do startups. Startups are getting a little more trickier these days than in the past, just due to a lot of uncertainty with what's going on in the market right now. But I am with Rogue Financial Group. I could be reached at 404-723-7222.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of articles and getting a lot of articles sent to me regarding robotics.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a comment to somebody who sent me an article. Brian, you know who it is, Pat Shanahan. He sent me an article about robotics. And I said that Moe's Diner on the corner of Main Street USA is not going to put a robot in to cook his food right yet because it's very expensive. And, it could be 50,000 to 250,000, but it opens up an opportunity for leasing companies like yours.
Right. Well, to answer that question, when you say robotics, you're talking about the things that go to the tables or the equipment that goes in the kitchen. Because I've talked to this guy that he's somewhat in the POS business here in Atlanta, and he was really hot and heavy about 4 or 5 years ago with these robots going to the tables. And actually that market has really slowed down. He's got probably, he says, do you know how to get rid of about 70s. I have these 7 in my showroom I just can't seem to get rid of. And I think, I hate to say it, it's kind of in a way a fad. But then when you're talking about kitchen, I was at the NAFM back in February. You'll see a lot of robotics in the kitchen and, arms like picking food out of fryers, French fries out of fryers, things like that. I mean, I think eventually that will come, but I think it's sort of before its time right now. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Howard. But yeah, it's just especially the robots that go to the show. I mean not show, but to the table are it's sort of a special niche. You're not going to put that in a fine dining restaurant.
I saw an interesting machine this morning. This might help Melvin also. It's a machine that makes pizza from you. It's called the Cube. You can do a search on it, look it up. I saw it online. I'm not even sure if it's real or not, but it looks like a microwave oven. I think you put the dough in. I think they didn't show how it operates, and you get fresh sliced pepperoni, sauce, and cheese put on by the machine, and then I guess you have to bake it off. But it takes away the skill of making, spreading the dough and all that other stuff to make a pizza. So robotics are coming.
Howard, I think I saw that at the NRA show this past year. They had a machine there that was making pizza from scratch.
Really?
Yeah. And it was the same thing. It was in a glass enclosure, and it made the dough. It spread the dough out, put the sauce on, and then put on whatever toppings you want. It put it on automatically, and then put it in the oven.
Hey, wasn't it Paul Bunyan racing the railroad machine? So now we need people to come race the pizza machine.
Right.
So that would be fun.
That's just it. The robotics, when they come out, will be second nature to a kid that's born this week. To us, it's going to be, really fantasy. But to them, it's going to be everyday stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking about everyday using robots, Mel, our pie maker.
Yeah. Thank you, Howard. And good morning, everybody. And oh my, don't forget to order your Concord grape pie. Your Thanksgiving dinner will be a big hit. So place your order, lickety split.
Welcome to the Cat in the Hat.
Very good.
How about that? And by the way, my name Mel in Portuguese means honey. In Spanish, Miel also means honey. So you can all call me Mr. Honey. I just wanted you to know that. And so you can actually find our products. It's amazing the way we've grown in the 11 months we've been in business. We started out being, and it's our website, the ConcordGrapePieCompany.com. And we've grown. We have now 10 different kinds of pies, but in 2 sizes that would make them 20 different pies. One of the sizes that we order is a 4-pack of these here cutie pies, and you actually get to pick, online the 4 of the 10 different kinds of pies you want in that box. That's pretty unique. And then, of course, we have the standard 9-inch pie that we ship as well. So just to give you an idea, we began with just the Concord grape pie. That's because we're a farm family and growers of grapes and tree fruits, grew over 150 acres, had our nursery for 40 years. So that makes me a real farmer. So if you have any farming questions from the ground on up, whether it's under the ground, tile systems, or anything on the ground or above the ground, trellises or what have you, we're very, very knowledgeable. And we grew all kinds of fruit, peaches, apples, pears, on and on, 19 different varieties of grapes. So that really does make me a farmer. So if you have any farm questions ever, feel free to call me. Coming back to the pies, we now have key lime pie, mango pie, apple pie, apple bites, little bites, blueberry, cherry, pumpkin. It seems endless. Yeah. And how did we get into all these other pies? People came by and said, "Hey, we love your signature pie, the Concord grape pie, which is with peanut butter top, crumble top, or bites. We love that. But how about, we want an apple pie, we want a blueberry pie." And so we began to make them. So here we are, 11 months later, continually changing our website. Once again, don't forget the Concord Grape Pie Company.com. And then you can always reach. The way I got into this business is I was happily retired. And my son, grew up on the farm. Got two sons and a daughter. One son, Andrew, comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, America, nobody here, and I believe everybody who's looking today, never really had Concord grape pie unless you were from an Amish family." And that's where we learned a little bit. Our neighbor was Amish, and that's how we got into the Concord grape pie. And so, whoops, my wife, my lovely wife's coming out, grab that phone, Phil. Okay, thanks. And so Andrew said to me, "Dad, let's bring pies, the Concord grape pie, to America." So you all know Henry Ford. He bought the automobile. Orville the Wright brothers, they bought the plane. And I'm the guy that's bringing the Concord grape pie. And they really are delicious. Andrew does a great job in baking them and running the bakery operation. And he's the president. I'm kind of, I guess, the banker, the salesperson, everything else, whatever I can do to help Andrew. But all you need to do is, it's getting late to order a pie. And the way we began was in these farmers markets. There are 4 of them around me in Broward County, the major ones here that we're involved in. One is in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Center. The next one is in Delray.
More importantly, give us the website, because people are watching from all over the country. So
yeah,
give us the website.
That website is the Concord Grape Pie Company.com. And you can also call Andrew 315-651-2684. And Andrew will take your order and try and get it to you, as it's already getting pretty late to get there for Thanksgiving, but he can make magic. Or if you need to really be sure, if you're anywhere in my area in Florida, in Broward County, then you give me a call and we'll make sure that you either come to one of our farmers market or we'll figure out how to get a pie to you. Okay. So that's I don't want to take any more time right now, because I could tell you all kinds of stories, which I enjoy sharing with you. And I'm hoping, Howard, that you'll tell a little bit somewhere, if there's enough time, about the show, or what went on the show, that everybody who's here that went to. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, let me get Terry to do her intros, and after we can touch on that afterwards. Terry, good morning.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Howard came back from the show a little sick, and I got it yesterday. So whatever it is, my voice sounds horrible. I apologize. It was so nice to meet everyone. Kurt, Jessica, oh my gosh, it was so nice. Ed, I have seen Ed before, but it was always a pleasure to see Ed. And the show was tremendous. It was the value was there. I gotta tell you, we knocked it out of the ballpark with the 10 booths that we had and the 18 vendors, and it was really a terrific show. And I'll let Howard tell you about the rest of it. But what I do every month is me and my team supply a monthly lead report. Goes from the Panhandle to Key West. You can get a sample. Email me, Terry, at trnusa.com. I am happy to send you a sample of this report, which comes in an Excel spreadsheet every month, right around the 1st. January's late because of the holidays and our team is off. But there is nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean nothing. And I was challenged. Someone took this report, a high-end company. He paid for the report, he got it, and he called and he texted me information and he says, well, how about this? How did you get this? I tried. I couldn't get it. I said, you know what? We don't reveal our sources. And then he asked me about a few other things. And then there was something else that he wanted, and he couldn't get a specific number, but we got it for him. So this report has anywhere between 50 to 60 to 90 brand new leads every single month. And that does not include the top part. There's a little red line there, and everything above that has just opened in the last month or so, 6 weeks, something like that. That is separate from the actual under construction, entering Florida, construction phase. We give you the establishment name, the owner's name, phone number, email address, timeline for opening, and many other details in a tiny little column that has, like, is it 2 or 3 stories? Is it water view? Does it have a patio? Which, incidentally, there was a booth next to us across the aisle, and I think Kurt saw her. She did outdoor patios for restaurants. And when she heard about the report in the group, she came over and said, email me. I need to be in this group. I need help. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We got several, we sold several lead reports already. A lot of people come into the groups. But anyway, so if anybody wants a sample or has any questions to ask, you can email me at terry@trnusa.com, and I'm happy to send you one. Thank you. And since we won't be seeing you next week, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone will. It's the first year in my life I don't have to cook. We're going to families. Like, yes, I don't have to cook. Everybody's not coming here.
All right, let me double back to the new folks. Bryce, you want to add anything or change anything? Tell us a little bit more about the company.
Sure, yeah. No, like I said, we all things fragrance. So you can think soaps, you could think candles, anything you want to do when it comes to fragrances or enhancing, the experience at any of the establishments that you're talking of. I always say any place that has a bathroom is a place that you can make smell better. So nobody ever likes walking into a bathroom, and it's always a nice surprise when somebody walks in and gets a smell and they're looking around for where that good smell is coming from, because it's such a unique experience. So yeah, like I said, we're happy to work with all businesses of all sizes. We don't have any sort of threshold, and you don't need to buy a certain quantity. You can go to our website directly at vinevida.com. You could reach out to me directly. I gave my contact info earlier, but happy to give it again. It's Bryce, BRYCE, at 2cents.com. And my phone number direct is 954-257-6712. And you can reach out anytime. Happy to work with, like I said, any and all companies. We can work with our chemists directly and come up with a fragrance that suits whatever business you're running, or whatever establishment, or whatever kind of unique experience you want to create to help elevate that experience, to like more of a luxury type of experience, because that's typically where the essential oils falls into the luxury brand, and it gives that upscale environment and experience. So it's just a nice, cool little way to add that touch to all of your businesses and various experiences. So thank you. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time and for welcoming me into this meeting today. It's been amazing hearing about all the things you guys do as well. So thank you.
Hey, Bryce. Yeah, Chris Kaufman here. Would you say that most fragrances that you put like in a restroom or in a dining room are electrically charged or battery operated, or
Good
Or
question. Yeah, so typically, like I said, it's kind of the scale of the place, right? So we work with some properties that we pump it directly through the central AC units, so it'll go directly through the HVAC system, so it gets evenly dispersed throughout the whole building. For more of a bathroom type of experience, we have a few different types of various plug-in, so they go directly into any standard outlet within the bathroom. And then you would just need to kind of monitor, when the cleaning services would come in to do just basic maintenance. They would check on the levels of the soap, the levels of the fragrance. It's just an additional kind of check the box process that the cleaning team would kind of then go through. And then, whenever they needed additional fragrance, we can either send them, enough to last XYZ months. We can kind of work within, like I said, any company's budget. We don't require you to order, a minimum amount. You could order one bottle. When you need another bottle, you can reach out and we're happy to send you one bottle. Like I said, that's kind of where we're unique. We're not necessarily looking for a home run. All customers are important to us, equally as important to us. So yeah, we're, like I said, large to small. So the plugins are a very easy point of entry, very cost effective. It's cheap. You can kind of test out a couple of different scents before committing to more centralized HVAC, a little bit more of an investment. And then, we have different units that are in between. So we have units that are Bluetooth and they don't need power. You could charge them and move them around, and they're slotted to about 1,000 square feet. So you can kind of play with your configurations as you please. Maybe you can buy one or two of the Bluetooth units and put them situated in various parts of the store, or even in the bathroom if you have a big enough bathroom space, or some of the more luxurious upscale steak restaurants or upscale seafood restaurants living in Florida. They have like that almost like hangout area in the front of the bathroom by the sinks. Over there it might be a good place to put a little bit of a nicer unit, kind of give that more upscale experience. So it's really up to the establishment, but like I said, we can kind of cater to what anybody needs. So
thanks.
yep. Any other questions?
The French fries is my favorite aroma.
Now, the McDonald's French fries specifically, if I could recreate that, I would have it all day.
So good.
They say that we eat with our eyes first, but the second thing is if the place don't smell right, it doesn't matter what your eyes say.
Right, and kind of one of the things I was explaining to Howard too on our phone call the other day was, a place like Ford's Garage. That was just a very easy way to kind of transition it. It's like everyone loves that new car smell, right? So if you work with a Ford's Garage and you kind of get their custom Ford's new car smell scent going throughout, it just enhances that experience where every time you walk into a place like Ford's Garage, you're getting that, ooh, look, it's that new car, new leather kind of smell. And you get it pumping through a central AC where it's all throughout the building. And it's kind of, like I said, it just kind of enhances that experience. The first thing you do is with your eyes, but the second, you smell, you see, you hear, all of those things, help enhance an experience. So if we can help with the scent side, that's where we come in.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. You're up, Andrew. Tell us more about it. If you want to change anything or add anything, now's the time.
Yeah, thanks so much. And really, ADP, I feel like a lot of people know of us as like this big, giant company, and we're only worried about the biggest clients and this and that. And, we do have that wing of our company that focuses on giant companies, and we do the IRS's payroll. And I think it's poetic that they created a system that they themselves even don't want to deal with. So they outsource that to us. Yeah, awesome, right? Great work, guys. We do have that, but in all reality, I have clients that are sole proprietors paying themselves to satisfy some kind of tax arrangement or whatever their financial situation is, all the way up to companies that have 250 employees everywhere in between. We don't have a specific target market. If you pay people, that's who we're interested in partnering with. And just about me a little bit, I come from the service industry. My first job was actually in a kennel, which is servicing animals and whatnot. But I quickly moved into the restaurant because I realized, hey, this is where all the easy money is. I thought it was easy at the time. And then I got into it. You've never been humbled until you get yelled at over a ramekin of mayonnaise or something trivial, but it's a great soft skill that I picked up. Nothing can shake me now, right? But everything I have in my life, I owe to the service industry. I met my wife there. I got my first tech job waiting on a table. I learned just endless amounts of soft skills that support me in my selling day to day now. And then also, I think the last thing is I'm appreciative that I was actually able to work in this industry myself. So when I go to work with you in your restaurant, I'm not only thinking about you and your profit in the bottom line, I'm thinking about how my interaction with you and your employees impacts them in their day. What's morale like now? Because I know that's a huge deal. How does working with me make your life just a little bit easier so you can focus on going that extra mile for each client? So when I say dialed into what's important, this relationship that we could have is really unrivaled. So I would challenge anyone that can hear my voice, call me and make me work and prove it. Okay. I promise that I'll be the best payroll guy that you've ever met, but give me a shot to do it. Okay. And based on my background, I know where I'm coming, I kind of know what you're going through firsthand. And then you want to talk about pizza. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Double Dave's, but I spent a lot of time working towards purchasing one of those locations. And same day fresh dough, it's a nightmare. You're closed on Christmas, but you're still coming in because you're open the next day, right? Mm-hmm. So you're making dough the day before. So I understand these little things that happen to you, and I understand the power of 5 minutes. So let me see what I can do to empower you with what you already got, find you some money hiding on the shelf, show you some tax credits, make your life a little easier, or we'll just talk football. Because I know some of y'all are Jacksonville fans. Texans, we're coming. I know y'all saw the Bills game last night, so we're coming.
Are you handling the FICA tax credits?
So I can provide you all the information you need on how to land in the buckets. I have a third-party partner who can basically get you, like, for work opportunity tax credit. There's technically a survey. There's questions you want to ask during the onboarding process. Okay, and then this will help you decide candidates, right? If you have two equally stacked candidates, equally ranked, but one's going to earn you a $2,700 tax credit, who are you going to select? You need to have the data in the moment to make the best decision for you in the business, right? We have a partner who will give you the survey. They put a link in there. They don't charge you until you earn a credit. They do all the monitoring and reporting and the filing, and they'll take 20% of the credit once the credit's earned. So no gambling, no monthly payments. Screen every candidate because there could be an empowerment zone the employee lives in. They could have been unemployed for long enough to check the box. They could be on SNAP, WIC, food stamps, government assistance. They could have a felony. Okay, I'm not suggesting you hang out by the prison and look for employees, but man, it might get you a tax credit. I don't know. If you're a veteran, giant tax credit for that. Summer intern. So come talk to me to find out which buckets you could potentially land in. But I would argue that you just screen everybody you hire no matter what, because it's free until you collect money. So you're not investing on something you can look for free, basically.
I have a question also. You said earlier in your first go around that you also like reassess people who already work with ADP. If my company already works with ADP, are you able to like reassess and like look at the rates that like we currently have and see, are we getting the best rate? Is like a better thing, is a better plan more fit for like our kind of business? Is that something you also do? Or if we're already kind of clients of ADP, is it kind of already a lost cause?
Yeah, no. You're not a lost cause at all. And just because you signed up through some random person I don't know, I'm not going to hold that against you,
It wasn't me. I'll go as far as it wasn't me.
Oh,
I'm just always looking
to. You brought it up, so it's on you. No, I'll review anyone's account with them. I want to make sure that you have the correct fit with us. If that means downgrading, that means downgrading. Okay. If it means upgrading, great. But that's not my sole focus. I'm not going to speak with you because I need to upsell you. I need to speak with you because the most important thing to me when it comes to your perception of this company is, am I getting the value that I'm paying for, right? This is important to me because everyone in this room knows that good news spreads like 1 to 1/2 a person, right? You'll do a great job for one person. They might tell one person about it, but it's the expectation. You did a good job. It's what we expect. Bad news spreads what? 1 to 50, 1 to 200 now with technology. So when someone asks you, hey, what do you guys do for payroll? I'm really interested in your answer. Okay. Really, really interested, because what I want you to say is, man, we got this guy, Andrew. He's from Texas. Don't hold that against him. And I don't think everything's bigger. Okay. Like some things we have are bigger. Yes. Okay. But there's lots of things, like I think y'all's panhandle is bigger than ours. Okay. We'll start there. But I want you to answer that question with, Andrew's a guy that I trust. He's not nickel and diming me. He's looking at my account and using both of his ears at the same time and listening to my needs and then acting on what he hears. So you come to me with what you got. I don't care how you got here, where you're sitting, doesn't matter to me. If you can hear my voice, I'm your new payroll guy. Okay. 512-560-3681. Please give me a call.
All right. Bryce has a accounting background, so be careful here.
I'm happy to learn stuff too. And I like how you're dialed into the taste and smell. Man, those senses are the same, right? Almost.
Oh yeah,
so the
almost. They go hand in hand.
Right. They're very complementary. So the proper smell is going to bring us opportunity and taste. So happy to hear more from you.
You got it. Yep. We'll definitely connect. I'll shoot you a text or I'll give you a call and we could schedule a meeting outside.
Hey, Andrew, real quick, do you work with That Brands?
Vet Brands, you said?
That Brands. Do you work with them?
Oh, who's? Can you remind me who's in that?
And they own probably about a dozen different brands, from Hurricanes to Buffalo's Cafe. They own a bunch of different brands. I just didn't know if you work with them. Fat Burgers.
I could look, definitely. And typically when we have a franchise group, I try to work from the franchisor down or the parent company, which holds the franchises. I try to work from them down if I can help it. But I do have lots of groups. Let's use Neighborly Pro Trade Net, for example. We're moving industry, sorry. But Neighborly Pro Trade Net, they own like 28 something brands. We have individual contracts with each one of those brands. So there's a chance that the group you're referring to, they own brands that are already contracted. Some may not be. But at the end of the day, let's pretend like your name is Bryce, right?
Brian.
Oh, Bryce. You're Brian, and the guy who just asked me, Bryce, about your current account.
Bryce. Yes.
So let's pretend that Bryce, because he's a current client, knows someone, and he's like, hey, y'all might be a good fit for ADP. It doesn't matter what group on earth they're with. If Bryce refers them to me, I'm assigning that to Bryce's account as a referral credit. Bryce is getting $500 on a gift card. The second one, he's getting another $500. The third one, he's getting free payroll for a year. So you, Mr. Brian, you work with a financial institute. The reciprocation that I just quoted is from a client. From you, if you were to refer me people, I could sign either that same client scenario if you're a client of ours and reciprocate for any leads from that group you would send, or we could do something more formal like we do with our accounting firms, and I could sign a center of influence contract with you and pay you a revenue share on whatever you send me over. So as far as business, like networking groups and anybody who provides a service, if you feel like you could have a revenue, or if you feel like you could have a referral stream of payroll clients to ADP, I can pay you for that. Spectrum, I don't know if I can work with you like that based on our company's rules. Miss Jessica Kirby, which we would have to let our brilliant lawyer teams work.
Well, the way I see it, realistically, is just trading business back and forth works for me. I appreciate referral programs, but I can't actually sign up for one either. So just being able to help each other in that respect, and that helps you and it helps me just to make sure that we're getting each other business. So
point at a business who doesn't need cable and payroll. So
right.
And I'm actually a Spectrum client. So what's up? There we go.
Well,
So I can
thank
speak
you.
about the service from a personal residential standpoint, at least.
And that's it. If anybody has Spectrum and needs help, I'm happy to help you, even on the residential side. I don't do residential, but I've done it before. So if you ever need anything with Spectrum, you guys feel free to reach out to me.
Awesome. Hey, well, Brian, so is that where you were kind of leading with that? Like you were like saying, hey, do you work with this group because you know a few of them? And
I was just
referral?
curious because I've worked with a couple of them over the years. Some of these franchises are under bad brands, and I'm just curious.
Yeah, and let's pretend like you did send somebody my way. When they speak with me, the way I would position that conversation, I would put you as the sole cause of the benefit. Meaning, I would position it in a way that's saying, hey, Brian sent you over and I have an arrangement with Brian that says you're going to get this price with me for life. Okay, Brian negotiated with us. Careful with that guy. He's a real, great negotiator. He came in here and worked us pretty good. Which in reality, I'm going to do a 50% lifetime discount for anyone in this group who's not an ADP client.
Mm-hmm.
And if you upgrade into another package, I can honor that 50. If you downgrade, you're going to be stuck with that discount rate that you negotiated with. But if you upgrade, we can go to 50. So I don't know if that gets you a lot of extra package for no extra cost.
Let me jump in here for a second. That's the benefit of being in a group like this, in this group in particular, because you get to know the people, you get to find out what's behind the scenes, and you're speaking to the people who we know or everybody else knows. So it's beneficial. But just I want to get to Mel's question quickly. We got a couple of minutes left as far as the show goes. Mel, you missed a great show. You missed a great time. We had, I think, 12 companies represented in our aisle, and we had a total of 18 companies from both of our combined groups exhibiting at the show. And I have to say that the people who were exhibiting, who hung out after the show, we had a ball. We just had a good time. I'm sorry. We were so busy I couldn't even get over to see Ed's booth. And likewise, it was just and Kurt.
How was the traffic compared to other years?
Well,
terrible.
The 3-day show, the traffic in the aisles was lighter because it was spread out more. The last day was a problem because of the hours, I think.
Parking was a nightmare.
What do you think, Kurt?
Well, I mean, like the traffic was fine. It just depended on where you were, and like I got more leads and opportunities by walking around and just like introducing myself to a bunch of people. Not so much booth traffic, but the traffic getting into the actual convention center to park, man.
There were the
parking was horrible because of the show next door.
The show. But next year it's at the new convention center across the way. So that might be a little
Parking is a lot better.
Yeah, it was horrible. We left 2 hours early just to get a parking spot and just sat at the booth because I didn't want to go through that. It was horrible.
I was advertising though. I had it up on my booth and I was just like
did.
I had people come up to our booth and say sorry, I've seen you guys all over the place. Everybody's got signs. So that's great. But I think that by having an aisle in the booth shows us as an entity to be part of. It lends a lot of credibility, and some of the people who are not in our aisle are planning on being in our aisle next year. So I'm looking forward to that already.
Tell them about the grand prize.
Oh, we had a raffle on the second day, and we raffled off a laptop computer that was given by our computer member in the 11 o'clock group. And the lady who won it was hesitant to sign up. I actually convinced her to give us her information, and she did, and she won.
She was jumping down, screaming, "I won!" Everybody, people, like 30 people standing there watching to see who was going to win. Oh yeah, crazy. Yes.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Good show.
Be profitable. What about you, Ed? How was the traffic at your booth?
Well, I will tell you that once the parking problem got resolved, after 11 or 12 o'clock, things pick up. But the parking lot, the main parking lot by the B area was full by 9 o'clock or 9:15. So they were parking on the other side of the building where the north building is. And then you have to walk. They didn't have shuttles. So to walk that distance is about a half an hour. So it really wasn't conducive that way. But I will tell you the traffic that we had at the booth was higher this year than it was last year or the year before. The people who came in were of better quality, if I could say that.
Right. Quality. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. We personally at our booth, we have over 100 signups. So it was good. Anyhow, again, next week there'll be no meeting, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We'll see you on December the 5th. Have a great holiday. Don't eat too much. Watch a lot of football. And we'll see you on the 5th. Let the sauce be with you. Thank you.